Hello. Hi, everybody. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. It's
Hi.
it's a new year, so we're playing a new game, I guess. Um, once to see how this goes. This is OKCU, a what did I call it? A game about family and convenience stores. Uh, this is I wrote this for the Caltrop Core Game Jam. There's somebody on the TTRPG Twitter that created a system called Caltrop Core, I think mostly as a joke, but it turns out it's pretty decent, where you roll your caltrops, your d4s, and the basic premise of it is that like you roll a 4, it's a great success. A roll a 3, it's a success with consequences. A 2 is a failure, but with minor success, and a one's like absolute failure. Right. So just based off of that core, there was like a 1 week game jam over Christmas or so, and I wrote OKCU because I don't know, I was thinking about family. So
Nice.
we are playing a game that is called OKCU, based on Kim's Convenience mostly, with some substitutions for like kind of generalizing the immigrant experience. So in OKCU, well, there are 4 of you today. We'll be playing a family. So I guess to start us off, what is your family name?
Let's go with
My family name is McMurphy.
McMurphy? All right.
all right.
So everybody, I mean, so the 4 of you are together. So like as a group, you have to agree.
Oh, I'm fine with the McMurphys, but it's gonna be
I thought we were all part of a different family.
No, you
No,
are you
we're
are
all the
a
same
family. Yeah.
All right, well, I'm throwing McMurphy into the ring.
ha cha 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 cha.
Oh no, I
I think
forgot
we
about
should try
accents.
to combine all 4 of our
Ooh,
family
yes,
names into one.
yes.
You could be like Mick John Sip Myatt or Sipit or
I like it. It's all mine in there, so I'm okay with this. Yes. And
Mc-
it's all John.
Most
It's
of
all
John,
John
yeah.
too. Yeah, it's a Billy
even though Jack's real name is not actually Mick Murphy.
John. Yeah, I know.
Wait, what? Sip Myatt?
How about
Mick John Sip.
You're gonna have to say this a lot. I don't know if that's true.
I mean,
Will get us into the immigrant experience of having nobody understand how to say your last name.
That's true.
I think of it last.
I mean, all I can get is like Ciprolite, like for Ciproli and Myatt.
Zipperless pie with me. It sounds like a foreign name. Zipperlit.
Ciprolite.
Oh no.
All right.
How problematic is this game?
It's supposed to not be, but I can't control how players
It
play.
depends on who you play with, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Ciprolite. 2 P's, 1 P.
I like the 2 piece.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's gotta be a tour.
All right, Ciprolites. So that's aggressively. That was aggressive, more aggressive sounding than I wanted it to be. But
We're only thing 2 of our last names into it?
Oh yeah, get the McJohn back in there. I feel
McJohn. It's a complicated.
Hey,
McJohn
The
Ciprolite.
McJohn Ciprolite family.
Yeah.
McJohn hyphen Ciprolite.
Yeah.
It's like
I
a
wouldn't have-
divorce.
we're gonna have to say this a lot, aren't we? This is gonna be hard to
I
say.
mean, you will now, and also your family motto at some point. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so
Sip McMywoos. Sip McMywoo.
Sweet Jesus.
That's such a bad last name.
it's like 5 other names.
Our last name, though.
All right,
Sip McMywoo it is.
Sip McMywoo. I'll write that down in a second. Okay, so in OKCU, you are a family that is the Sip McMayu family. Each player will act as an individual family member. So each of you will come up with, your own name, and you are together running a convenience store in a city. So what did I say here? You don't always see eye to eye. You are a family, and you're going to try to make it work. So generally, in the show Kim's Convenience, the way it worked is there was a family of four, a father and a mother and two children, who are adults already at this point. And they each come into... So the mother and father immigrated as a couple, I think with a kid already. And then another child, the last child, was born in Canada in that show. So each of them has, 3 different stats. So the 3 stats that the 3 stats that you have are your assimilation rating. So essentially like how much you have adopted your new homeland, right? The children basically have very high assimilation ratings because they grew up with friends that are Canadian, whereas the parents kind of have less just because they are more, they're still kind of in their old ways, in the home country ways. You have a shopkeeper rating. So since all of you run this store together, like the little kids have been working at the store since they were little kids just because, you just need hands, somebody to watch the till while somebody else runs to buy something else. And then you also have a social rating, which is just kind of your... I feel like this one was kind of lazy, but like basically how able you are to like communicate with people, connect with people. This doesn't necessarily mean... my thinking on this stat is that like, yeah, your assimilation rating might be low, but that doesn't mean you're unable to communicate with people or get your ideas across, right? So each of these stats has a value from 1 through 4. And this will determine how we go through your challenge. A 4 being the highest and a 1 being low. Like a 4 being very talented in it and 1 being not talented in it at all. So, I guess at this point, like name a character that you'd like to be, and pick one of the your ratings on these stats.
So again, I don't know if I feel like that might be a little vague for.
We don't roll our stats.
You can actually. That's an interesting point. Yeah, that if you just roll for them.
4 is like expert, 1 is new, novice.
Yes.
Okay. Let me pull my dice roller. All right, so I need a Google Doc myself. All right, so my assimilation is 3.
Okay. What's your name? What's your?
Well, I think wouldn't it be easier if you have the stats and then create the character from that?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, shopkeeping. Let's see. I'm a 1 at shopkeeping.
Okay. Where did I put this doc?
And social is a 3. 313.
313.
And I did. Okay, and then he needs to roll a 4d4 then
What?
for the fulfillment rate requirement.
Oh, that's a good idea too. Okay, so the one other thing that we have is a fulfillment requirement. So this represents your willingness to sacrifice for the family. So it's kind of like your personal goals meter. So if you have a very high number, a 16, for example, would mean that you value your individual happiness above the family entirely. Whereas if you roll the lowest possible value of 4, that means you don't really care about, you're willing to sacrifice the entirety of like yourself to as long as the family succeeds, right? Whatever the family goals are. So yeah, roll 4d4 and see how that turns out.
I got 14.
Oh boy. Okay.
So very independent. Don't really care about.
And I know exactly the character I'm doing.
All right, perfect.
Guys, where is his power point or whatever?
He linked it in the Discord.
The PDF for the game is there. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm looking on the Discord screen, shared screen, but I got both open.
So fulfillment 8. That means I'm.
Oh, there it is. It's in the.
You're dead middle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you are conflicted whether you want to help the family or pursue your own goals. I guess would be an 8, right?
Yeah, like you.
So I got like.
Go ahead.
Should we pick like our role based on how we rolled? Because
I think so.
I had like assimilation, then I'm probably one of the kids.
Basically, yeah. It could just be also that you are, hip with adapting, right? Like that's a thing that can happen as well. You really jumped into the culture.
I gotta write this down somewhere.
What are the stats that you have, Meg?
I'm 3 on assimilation, 3 on shopkeeping, on social, and 8 on fulfillment.
Oh, what was your social? That one cut out.
1.
A 1. Okay.
All right. So I'm rolling a d4 for those 3, and then there's a 4th thing.
Yes.
All right.
Where's my pen?
Oh wow!
Oh no.
Literally rolled a 1 for all 3.
Oh boy.
And what do I roll for the last?
Roll 4d4.
Oh god, it's gonna be a 4. Oh wow. 6.
Okay.
Got a
Interesting.
weighted D4. Got a weighted D4 to the bad.
You are somebody that does care a lot about the family, but also is very untalented. All right.
I feel like Jack's character is like the grandpa.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's exactly what it is.
You're here. You're happy to be here, but it's like, it's fine.
You love the family, but you don't really help out at the store or with any social situations.
I'm more of a burden on the family than anything else.
Oh no.
So it's like let's say it's like a single parent, like 2 kids and a grandparent. I feel like would be the best.
Insane. I rolled 6 ones.
That's a lot of ones in a very short amount of time. Yeah.
That's insane.
Let's see. Oh, hello, Eric Tag. Hello. Let's see, Lejo, are you playing? Because you
Yep.
should. All right. Roll me some stats.
I was rolling them while Jack was failing. So I got an assimilation of 2, a social of 2, a store keeping of 4, and a fulfillment rating of 5. So I think I'm pretty smack dab like standard full on immigrant. Like I'm very much into the store and the family.
Okay. Yeah. So you
Are
said.
you my dad?
Yes, I'm your dad. So yeah, I think the simplest thing is well, you guys tell me, but I think like literally Jack would be a grandfather type character. I would be his son, and you guys would be kids, and who knows where mom is, but like based on the numbers you guys roll.
Nice.
All right. Okay. Let's give you some names, unless you want to keep your names. In the Sip McMywoon family.
I mean, I came up with a name for sure.
Okay.
Sip. God, I can't say the last name. But my first name is Jim, but everyone calls me Rocket Man.
Rocket
And
Man.
so it's Jim, Rocket Man, Sip McMayu, and
Okay.
but everyone, that's my nickname. And I'm an older son, so I'm like
Okay.
18.
Older son.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I have an obsession with building rockets.
Yeah. So like you were like basically you grew up here, right? Most yeah.
Mhm.
I guess I would have a basic name, probably like Karen.
Okay.
Thinking of a very name.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Karen Sick McMom.
My.
It's ridiculous.
Would you say you are you? What's your relationship, at least to Jim at this point?
He's my older brother,
Okay.
but I would say that I have no social skills, probably from being raised by all men, and I'm an introvert that completely keeps to myself.
Okay. Okay. Poor Karen.
I thought it was Aaron. Is it Aaron or Karen?
Karen.
I put Karen, yeah.
Jack or Lee Joe?
I think I'll go with. My name is actually like it. I actually had a patient with a Polish patient with his name. So Jerzy, Jerzy.
Jersey. Okay.
Yeah, but everybody at the store and all the white people, they call me Jerry.
Jerry. Okay. Sure. What is your relationship? Are you the dad?
I mean, I think I'm full on dad here. So.
Yeah, dad. Everybody calls you Jerry. All right, cool.
And yeah, I mean it's tough raising these kids who have no respect for their hometown. Or
You don't
their
need
homeland.
you don't need a babysitter because you have the store, right? The store will raise the children. Yeah.
Also, it's about not paying actual workers.
Well, yeah. That's how you keep the store running.
Did I miss? Am I a specific role in this family, or can I be like the grandpa?
It's up to you.
You can be whatever.
Yeah, it's up to you.
I will be a Jebediah.
All right, Jim. Yeah.
Jebediah Chip McMywu.
I assume you're going for Grandpa with a name like Jebediah.
Yes.
All right. Do you think you're Jerry's dad, or do you think you were Jerry's wife's dad?
Oh,
Like,
I
did
don't know
Jerry
what
take
you
the
think,
Sip McMywu name? I guess is the question.
What? Okay, yeah. So I think I would be the patriarch.
Okay.
In this nondescript culture, we take the wife's name.
Yeah.
When we get
All
married.
right. Okay. I like
we're
that.
Not, we're not a patriarchy. Yeah, how dare you?
Yeah. We got this. All right. So we have our family established, right? Again, like your skills will when we see some challenges, you'll see how those work. Essentially, you will roll the number of dice that relates to the skill that you're using. And then the fulfillment requirement will come into play at the end of the game. So in this game, there are essentially 2 meters that you have to keep track of. One is the family's dice pool. So the family's dice pool, throughout the game, we'll be facing challenges where you will have one of 3 choices. One, you could just choose. So when presented with a scenario, you could say, okay, I will do what is best for the family. This is what I will do. And in that case, the family dice pool gains a d4. Right? You can also say the exact opposite. I don't care about the family in this case. I'm worried about my own well-being. I'm worried about my own stature. So give me the dice. So you will take a dice for yourself, basically your own individual dice pool. There is a third path, and it's usually more difficult. So that's why you'll have to face a challenge. You can try to take both. So what happens in that case is that you will describe, okay, I don't want, I'm trying to do what's best for both my family and myself, and this is how I will do that. Right? As you describe that process, you'll choose a skill that you think most applies to the scenario, and then you will roll the number of dice of that skill that you are using. If you roll a 4, if you nail it, both your family and yourself get a D4 because you've just knocked it out of the park there. Right? That's a baseball term. Baseball is an American sport. If you rolled a 3, right? Well, you kind of succeeded, you kind of didn't succeed, so you can gain 1 dice. I think that's what I wrote, right? I know you gain 1 dice. I think you get to choose which pool it goes to. On the other hand, if you roll poorly, if you roll a 2 instead, same problem. Now you lose a dice, but you also get to choose which pool that dice is coming from, either your family pool or your personal pool. Finally, if you roll a 1, you're taking a dice from both your family and yourself because you are an embarrassment and you've ruined everything.
Oh no.
When you roll, you roll the number of dice and just take the highest one. So, in Jack's case, in Jebediah's case, you roll. So, yeah. Poor Jebediah. This is why. Oh, rolling
It'll be
stats.
easy to keep track of.
Yeah.
Some rough rolls.
Okay. So the way this will work is I'm going to take us through 3 weeks instead of 4 because my math is better this way, and I only wrote 12 scenarios, and there are 4 of you. The way this will work is that this whole since it's based on a TV show, it's kind of like a season of television or a season of life, right? So it's like the summer, and each week of the show, each of you will face one challenge. So what will happen is that you will roll 2d4, and your first d4 will determine what kind of challenge. There are 3 types of challenges, if I remember right. Some example characters. You will get... Described all this. Described all that. That's great. Challenges. Okay, there are 3 types of challenges. There are store challenges. So if you roll a 1, you'll get a store challenge. There are social challenges, which usually they relate to, they could be things like your church group, or they could be things like your friends, say you want to go out. And then there are family challenges, which relate to yourself and between yourselves, the family. The 4th one is a wild card because I ran out of time. In which case, you just pick one of the other 3. Right. Your second D4 will determine which one of the 4 pre-written challenges I have you will choose. So once you've all done 3 challenges, we will total up our entirety of the family dice pool, and we will total up your individual dice pool, and then we will determine whether this family survived the season, more or less.
Survive.
Well, like as a unit. Maybe you've all gotten along better and things are great. Or maybe things have fractured so badly that it's like, well, we got to close the shop.
Oh no.
Everything makes sense?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Any questions?
I'm sure it'll come up.
Yeah.
So if I remember correctly, basically the gist of it, it's mostly just kind of role playing an answer, but like the other people don't really get involved with these scenarios, do they?
So the way I wrote it is that everybody can have a say. Like it's kind of like a family discussion. Each time one of these challenges happen, you, the person that pulled the challenge, is ultimately the decider. But the family can be involved as much or as little as you'd like. So if you decide, hey, I want Grandpa's input. I want my sister's input. This directly affects Mom's church group, right? Like things like that. Maybe you want to pull someone in and see what they think, right? There may be other times where you say, no, I don't want Dad to know. So Dad has no input here, but I want my sister to know, right? So kind of role play it out. Play it out as if you were your character and how they would react to this scenario.
Okay.
Okay. So it is, let's say it's the first week of June because it's warm in June. And we'll start with, well, since Lejo's probably the most familiar with these rules, and we'll see how this goes. We'll start with the dad. So Jersey, you've been running the store for 15 years, right? It's just another June, right? So why don't you go ahead and pull a challenge for us?
Okay. First one is a 4. Second one is a 1.
All right. So 4-1. So 4 is a wild card. So that means you can pick either store, social, or family.
I gotta choose store.
All right.
I do both.
So in your store, actually, I should pull this up not on stream so that I can read it and you don't get to see it. Even though you could just look at the rules as well. They're all in the rules. So
How dare you?
and let me make sure I pulled the right version. All right. Store number. What was it? Store number 1.
Store number 1, yes.
All right. Store number 1, the Tool Man. The AC is out, and it's the middle of a heat wave. Oh, it's hot in June. Fixing it fast would really help out the family members working today, but it would also cost quite a bit of money. Maybe your old buddy that's handy can fix it for a favor? What do you choose to do here?
That's a tough one. I'm clearly the patriarch of this family. I mean, I've got bills to pay. I mean, my initial thought is, we'll get my buddy to handle it, because I mean, I know it is. Well, I don't know if I care that much about what my children think. I'll go ask my father-in-law.
Okay.
Jebediah, what do you think we should do?
Huh? What's that? You have to speak up, boy.
Jebediah, the AC is out, but it costs too damn much to repair. I know a guy, but I mean, I think the children will be mad. What do you think?
Children be mad. In my day, if something broke, you just got out there and fixed it yourself.
Oh, so you're saying you can fix the AC?
I mean, I'll give it a shot. We didn't have AC back in my day. We would just bring the ice box out into the living room to cool down to cool us down. But I mean, I'll do my best.
Have I ever seen Jebediah try to fix something in the past?
How did you raise him? Yeah. How did Jebediah raise you?
I thought he was my wife's dad. So it's not my actual dad. I've only known him for a couple of dozen years.
Wait, didn't we all come over together?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I guess. I think thinking about I am old school, but I'm not that old school. I think about my children and I go, all right, fine. I mean, we need the AC anyway to keep the drinks cool anyway.
Okay.
So I will hire appropriate people to fix the AC,
Okay.
despite the cost.
So that sounds like it's a it is a family die, right? That you're
Okay.
choosing.
Yes.
Okay.
What is the consequence of that? Like, we give a family die then?
Yeah. So I'm gonna mark it on our sheet here. Basically, we have an extra D4 for family.
Good.
So
Excellent.
it's just an X. That doesn't look as appealing as I thought it would, but it's fine. All right. Okay. Who's next? Who wants to give it a try? That was Monday, so now it's Tuesday.
All right, I'll go.
Okay. That's,
So I roll a d4?
Yeah, roll me 2d4s.
2d4s, got it. That is a 3 and a 2.
A 3 and a 2. So a 3 will be a family scenario. And number 2, I will read out to you. Friendsgiving. So, the kids want to have Thanksgiving with their friends this year. But you know that these friends use a recently legalized leafy drug. Do you let them go? Or if they're your friends, do you sneak out after being told no?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm definitely sneaking out.
Yeah. 100%. You're not telling anybody?
Yeah. I'll tell Karen and see if she wants to come with, because I know one of my friends has a crush on her. How old are you, Karen? Are you like legal?
Please don't make it weird.
Yeah, you're like 10, are you?
No, I'm not 10. I'm probably like a senior in high school or something.
Okay, so yeah. So, I mean, I just graduated basically, and I'm just, like just hitting community college, and one of my also friends in community college it has a crush on her, so I'm like, I want Karen to come with too, because I'm trying to always impress my friends and make them happy.
No, I don't want to hang out with your creepy friends. The ones are always. I mean,
You're gonna miss out. We're gonna have fun.
yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. If Grandpa or Dad ask me where you are, I'm not gonna lie for you either.
Why wouldn't you lie for us? We're just gonna be having some lettuce and playing with one of my new rocket designs. And I literally have like a real rocket, like an amateur rocket that I've been working on.
It's not a metaphor, yeah.
Yeah, it's like an amateur rocket. Like, my friends are really nerdy stoners, basically.
Yep.
And I don't think this one's gonna blow up this time. I think this one's gonna fly.
Well, maybe I'll cover for you if you agree to take a few shifts for me at the store this week.
Oh, I don't want to go to that smelly store with Grandpa and his mad ramblings, and it's so hot in there, and I'm sure the AC isn't fixed. I apologize I even asked you to come now that you're going to blackmail me. I don't know what kind of family this is. Like, we don't look out for each other?
Hey, you're the one trying to sneak out.
So just don't say you saw anything.
All right, well, I'm not going to lie. I can't guarantee it.
You better not, and I'm going to sneak out anyways without her.
All right. So it sounds like you're taking the individual bath here, right?
Oh, yeah.
So now you get one more die, one die in your individual pool.
Got it.
Okay. Who's next?
I guess I'll go.
Sure. You just saw your brother sneak out. Yeah, yesterday. So, one. Okay, that's a store
I rolled
challenge.
2 ones.
2 ones. 1 1. All right. Wrong one. Oh, we already did that one. Give me another D4.
4.
Okay. So we'll do 1 4, which is arresting development. A criminal investigation brings the police to your store. You know one of your family members has a record and is wary about the cops. So should you tell them you didn't see anything? Will insurance still cover the damages with an incomplete police report?
Do I make up the scenario of the police investigation?
Yep.
Yeah, basically. But it is
Okay.
interesting to note that your brother did just sneak out.
Yeah. I will say that there was a small fire in the alley that caused some damage to some of the apartment buildings. And me knowing my brother was out smoking weed and lighting off rockets, I'm highly suspicious that he was involved in this. So, Jim, I think we've got to talk.
In the background, I'm talking to the police. Like, yeah, it's crazy. They were in the exact blind spot from all my security cameras. Like, how did this guy figure it out?
So as I got to talk to Karen, I have like a Band-Aid over one of my eyebrows, where one of my eyebrows used to be, and there's like you can tell the skin's really red under there too. And I go, what's the issue? What's the issue?
What do you mean? What's the issue? You set a building on fire, and the police are here looking for who did it. I told you I wasn't for you.
Thought this rocket motor was gonna reach the proper apogee. I thought it was gonna, it was gonna go well, but it didn't go. Like only a couple of the motors went off, and it went straight into the side of a garage, and it kind of blew up and set the garage on fire. And yeah, I mean, I know this has happened before, but I thought I had it this time. If you were been there, maybe you could have helped us. We were all, we were a little loopy.
I wonder whose fault that is. Look, I won't say anything, but you're definitely going to need to cover some shifts for me in the store now.
All right. I mean, I guess this time you got me. I'll cover a couple shifts. I mean, I see Grandpa working on the AC. Hopefully, I can get him working. At least it won't be so hot in here. God, I hate this store. All right, we have a deal.
I'm just pulling wires out of the air conditioning.
Yeah, I do also want to note that he did pay to get the AC fixed, and now you're.
Oh,
Yeah, you never told me to stop.
I like to think that they fixed it, but like I also chose like the cheapest possible repairman, and then so like it breaks down from time to time, and so after that, Jebediah keeps trying to fix it, and it just makes it worse every time.
This is how it broke in the first
Alright.
place, yeah. Okay.
All right, you have a deal, Karen. You have a deal. Just you cover for me, and I'll take a couple of your shifts in this stinking store.
I feel like I've inadvertently set myself in one of those scenarios where I'm trying to grab dice for both. Because
Okay.
I'm covering for the family, but I'm also. I know this is probably not the wise choice, but I'm also trying to like get him to do me a favor. So
Right. So here's the question. Like, do you
I
think...
rolled.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Which stat do you think that applies to, I suppose?
Honestly, none of them. Being assimilation or social. I don't...
I was gonna say social. You are. I mean.
Okay, well
you-
that's my one where I have a 1. So I just roll a dice.
Yeah, so you roll 1d4 and pray.
1.
Oh, great. Okay, so...
So the 2 dice that we have, or the 1 family dice is gone. And
Is
I'm
gone,
I'm
yeah.
at negative. Okay.
I would say that we can't go negative, so you have 0 still. Like, I don't think there's a...
Okay.
Because I don't know how you roll a negative. Oh, that's mean. We won't do that now. Well, oh, boy.
Well, so she rolled a 1, and so that we lose both.
Yes, so Karen loses her own die, which she didn't have, so she doesn't lose anything. But the family has now lost a die. So, Dad, all your work. Basically, exactly how we described. No one was paying attention to Jebediah ripping up the wires out of the AC because everyone was dealing with this police situation. So the family has lost all of your effort from paying for the repairs.
Why did I move to this godforsaken?
It's so hot here. All right, Jebediah, what are you up to?
All right, that's a good question. What am I up to?
Roll those d4s.
I'm rolling. I just roll.
Yep, roll 2d4.
I rolled a 4 and a 3.
Okay, so with the first 4, you can select either store, social, or family.
Let's try the store. Have we done a store one yet?
We've done one.
We've done
We've
2.
done 2, but I don't think we've done store 3 yet. So
Yeah, no, we did store 1 and store 4.
cool. Okay, so let's do store 3. So store 3 is the favorite. Your favorite customer is here and picking up their usual, a box of tasty wheat, 2.5 ramen. But they don't have enough cash today. You can spot them without the family knowing, right? And they'll definitely pay you back when they can. So Jebediah, you're running the shop today, and your favorite has come in.
So, I mean, I've been worked at the shop long enough. Do I know this person is like a regular? We see him on like a weekly to daily basis.
Yeah, Let's say it's a lady that kind of, you guys kind of do your old man flirt every now and then.
Okay, all right. I mean, has this anything like this ever happened before? Is this the first time she's ever been short?
Let's say it's the first time.
Okay, then I would imagine. I mean, if this is like a lady friend of Jebediah's, I mean, I would imagine he would let this slide.
Okay. So that sounds like an individual pull, right? That sounds like you're helping yourself at the expense of the family. That sound right?
Yeah, and Jebediah, he's sure that this will be fine. He doesn't need to consult anybody else in the family for this. This is a lady friend of Jebediah's.
Okay.
It'll be fine to let it slide this time.
It'll be fine.
He was going to pay us back anyway, right?
At the end of the day, Jerry clearly does all the finances, so he looks at the till and he's like, "Dad, your register's short, and by like a lot this time. What's going on? I know."
A lot. I let Susan take one extra box of Tasty Wheat, all right, and a box of ramen.
Look, you've said this a half dozen times. First it's Susan, or now it's Susan. What about Tiffany? What about that one person I'm pretty certain was a prostitute? You can't.
What can I say? There's a lot of women that come to the store to see me.
Your daughter would be rolling in her grave. God bless her soul.
Well, I think that she would be happy with the success I'm making for the business here.
None of them have paid you back. They just leave. What are you talking about?
Listen, jealousy is not a good look on you, Jerry.
Ugh. I can't tell the kids about you and your philandering.
Just a box of Tasty Wheat. It's Susan. You know Susan. She's here all the time.
I just walk out angrily.
I'll take some more money from the register for myself. After he leaves.
Oh, Jebediah. You're trouble. You know that? All right, so that's 1 week at the store. All right, so I guess, quick summary. What did we do? We fixed the AC. All right, we somewhat, yeah. Jim snuck out to a party and may have committed arson. Right.
Light arson, yeah.
Karen somehow, tried to negotiate a deal to get herself out of some extra shifts, but somehow made it worse. Somehow the AC broke because of this, right? And then Jebediah just has been stealing from the till for his own purposes. Okay.
I think Jebediah would like to call it embezzlement, but
it's just
stealing.
It's fine, yeah. All right, good week 1. Let's go week 2. So who'd like to start us off?
I guess I will again.
Okay. Give me some D4s.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Yes. And make them one that we
2-2.
haven't had yet. Okay, 2-2, which is, I don't think we've done a 2 yet, so perfect. 2 is social. So 2-2, the Golden Girls. I feel like, Lejo, I think you've rolled twice on your own scenarios you wrote, by the way. So, the Golden Girls. The Church Women's Ministry has asked the family to prop up the station to fundraise in front of the store. You hate how gossipy they are, especially Dr. Mehta, but if you want to look good to the church community, this is ideal.
I think Jersey would be incredibly unhappy about this, just because how they gossip about how he's not remarried or how he's a single dad. So I guess I'd go to because the only other woman I know is Karen. I go to my daughter and ask, these women, they're so catty. But if I don't let them fundraise in front of the store, how will we ever find a good wife for your brother?
that Jim is gonna attract lots of women with all his rocket launching and stuff. That's gonna bring him fame and notoriety. I don't think he needs any help from this women's church group. Plus, do we really want these ladies around us all day? I don't even. No.
Karen, your brother has one eyebrow. And not even like a unibrow. He blew up one of his eyebrows. What girl is gonna want him now?
There's someone for everyone. I don't know. Grandpa, last time we let them come near our store, I had to listen to them all day talk about the clothes I was wearing, my hair, asking me about school and boys, and it was just super annoying.
Although, I mean, I haven't actually seen you work at the store in months now. Your brother seems to be working a lot. What is up with that?
I've got a lot of homework in senior year.
Yeah, that's right. You do have great grades.
Good
All right,
college.
well,
The least homework.
all right, fine. I'll have Grandpa cover some of your shifts. All right. I know he. Also, can you tell him to stop stealing from the register? I mean, like, come on. I'll give him some spending money. Despite what Karen said, I will just have Karen not work on the days they're fundraising because, again, I am worried about my boy and how no one loves him. So.
Trying to do. They're fundraising outside of the.
Yeah, so the implication is that to get in good with the women at this church, you got to let them fundraise outside the store, but they all suck. They're super judgmental. So I need my boy to get an in with the church. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it for the family.
All right.
Ego.
I'll weather their taunts and their gossip.
Just to help the family. Okay. So the family dice pool, once again, has one dice. So Jersey's doing all the work to keep this family together. All right. So it's later on in the week now. Let's say it's a church day. The church group has set up their booth out front. So who's working today? Who's taking the challenge?
I'm sure I'm there.
All right, Jim. Give me some D4s.
How many? 2?
2.
We got a 3 and a 1.
3 and 1. Let's see. Did we do that one? It is not. 3 and 1. So give me a name of a relative that will be visiting you from overseas.
Aunt Petunia.
Aunt Petunia. Okay, family ties. Aunt Petunia is visiting from the home country. Unfortunately, they have a very different idea of how well your family is doing in your new home. Should you convince them that life here is more of a struggle than they had imagined? Or play along and have fun and expensive time around town?
I want to convince them that I have to work all the time and I never get to pursue my passions. So I'm like stifled here.
Okay, so that's kind of like you are pushing your aunt off onto everybody else in the family. Is that how?
Yes, yeah.
How you interpret that? That sounds like a very individual choice as well, right?
It is.
How does the rest of the family feel about having to deal with Aunt Petunia now?
Do we decipher how her relationship is? Is she my sister or my aunt, or is she like one of my wife's sisters, so like Jebediah's daughter? Do we ever decide that?
You pick.
Woo, pick for us.
Let's say she's an undetermined. She's like an auntie, like somebody that is considered family, even though no one's really sure what the blood relation is anymore.
We don't actually. Yeah, we're not actually related to his aunt.
Yeah. but you know you have to treat her well, right? Like as if she's family.
I guess my question is like, how old is she? Is she like my age? Would I like call her Petunia, or is she like Jebediah's age? And I would call her Aunt Petunia.
Let's make her your age. Let's make her Jersey's age.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think Jersey has the social ability to bluff that well. So I think he would try to pawn her off on either Jebediah or Karen.
Karen also is very limited in the social skills capacity, so she basically spends her whole time with Aunt Petunia pretending to listen to her while she's really just like with her head in a book occasionally.
The whole time Aunt Petunia's complaining about like your living conditions. Like she totally expected, like, since you're here in Americanada now, that you'd be very, very wealthy, right? You'd be very rich. So she all constantly just complaining about, your tablecloth is filthy. Where are your servants?
Like she just ignores her the entire time.
Jebediah, do you have any
the goal
interaction?
here in America is to,
Yep. Go ahead.
the goal here in America is to just study up and get a scholarship so that you can go to college. That's really the only way to find success here. So that's what I'm working on. Please stop interrupting me.
And another thing. College. Only poor people go to college. Okay.
What country? What country are we from?
Undetermined, yeah.
Oh, that.
All right. So Aunt Petunia is probably still here for a couple more days, but who's taking the next challenge?
I could go.
All right, Jebediah.
I roll 2d4s.
Yes, please.
It's a 3.
Okay.
Ooh.
3 floor.
And a 4. 3 and a 4.
Okay, yeah, 3, 4. Okay, family matters. The relationship is getting serious, and it's time for the family to have dinner with a significant other. So if it's your significant other, do you hide the fact that they're currently unemployed? If it's someone else's significant other, do you pretend their dog painting startup is a good idea? Or how do you handle this? So you have a choice here. It's either your relationship or it's somebody else's relationship.
All right, so things are getting pretty serious with Susan, who's
Seriously, Susan?
visiting the shop more often. More often, I've been paying for her. I've been taking her out on dates. So I bring her over to formally meet the family. So you said that she's currently unemployed, or she's starting up like a dog wash or something like that.
Yeah, she's something you don't think the family would appreciate.
I don't think that Jebediah would really care enough to try to hide anything from his family, like that might be perceived as embarrassing.
Okay.
So I think he would be like open and honest about it with all of them, and they can take it or leave it.
How does the family feel about Susan coming to dinner?
It's like so gross that Grandpa is hanging out with this homeless woman. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, Jim finds it funny. It's like entertaining to watch. Like, he's just like kind of like he thinks Grandpa's losing his grip on insanity, and so he's just kind of, this is fun for him to watch.
You think this is funny, Jim, but Grandpa has a girlfriend and you don't. So
When I have a successful rocket program under my control and people fear me, I will have plenty of girls coming for me.
that works, yep.
It is. You'll see.
Jersey is full of spite, and he has amassed he has written like a bill for her of all it like totals like $300. He knows she's coming to dinner, so he's gonna slip it under her plate or something whenever you're ready.
It was 2 boxes of ramen, Jerry. I think you're going a little overboard here.
Yeah, 2 boxes of ramen every day for the last 2 years.
How do you think I got it in with such a beautiful woman?
Oh,
You
Jim.
have a dog. Jeff, you have a degree in mechanical engineering from the old country. What are you doing?
I'm living my best life, Jerry. I'm living my best life, and I would appreciate it if you tried not to walk all over it.
Susan's just kind of pocketing food whenever she can. Whenever no one's looking, she'll take some to go.
And I don't know if this is a good time to bring this up, but I'm going to be spending some time helping Susan get her dog washing business started up, so I won't be able to work as many shifts at the convenience store.
And at this, Jim stands up and goes, I have to work every shift in this hot, stinky store, and Grandpa gets to get out? Dad, this is ridiculous. You can't let him do this.
I mean, I don't like it, but if you had a girlfriend, I'd talk about it, maybe.
Would you let me stop working?
Of course not. What are you, crazy?
Oh, why does Grandpa get special treatment?
I am actively losing money every time he takes a shift. Honestly, he could stop working and we'll probably be better off.
You're saying if I start causing property damage and start stealing from you, you'll let me stop working at the shop?
Well then have fun paying for community college on your own. Yeah.
But I'm your flesh and blood. Don't you want to see me do well?
Jim, why can't you be like Karen? Look at her. She never makes any problems for me.
And as I snap my neck, give Karen a glare, and as I do, my Band-Aid falls off my missing eyebrow.
What the? I thought you... Did you just shave your eyebrow again? By now, I would have assumed it would have grown back. What the hell are you doing?
Well, clearly I burned all the follicles away, and it's not coming back.
Yeah, if you would use your rocket skills to build some hair follicles or whatever, maybe you'd get married and leave this place. You know,
Rocket skills would be farther along if I didn't have to work at the shop all the time.
Don't act like I don't know that you and your idiot friends smoke the ganja.
Well, it's perfectly legal in where we come from. It's just this stupid country and its stupid laws.
Yeah, I know, but at least when we smoked the ganja, we'd go to work afterwards. Like you, literally, I think I saw the 3 of you sit in your room and listen to the same album 4 times. Kids these days.
And
You always
also
favored
know
Karen
about
over
dog
me.
washing.
All we need are a couple of dogs and some money for paint.
Yes, if it's money you guys are worried about, don't worry. As soon as we get the dog washing business up and running, the money's going to be flowing in no time.
Whoa, you're going to wash the dogs with paint?
Yeah, so that they have fresh colors. They'll look clean.
Dye jobs will be an option at some point after we get the initial parts of the business started up.
I don't know where to go with this.
Jim just sit back down is just steaming. He's just can't believe Grandpa gets off so easy all the time. I mean,
Yeah.
the store was Grandpa's idea, basically.
It was his idea, but I ended up doing all the work.
Jersey did all the work, yeah.
He's just one of those people that goes idea to idea, starting up businesses and letting them fail and everyone do the work around him.
Do you know how much I had to sacrifice to get our family over here in the first place, Jim?
How much, Grandpa? Let's hear the story for the 100th time.
I've lost all of my skills. I can't. I don't have anything to offer to this family. I'm traumatized. taking this family over here took such a toll on my health and my abilities that this is all I have left, and I give Susan a big kiss.
She pockets some food while she's kissing you. All right, Karen, it's your turn.
What was the decision there?
That was totally individual, 100% an individual decision.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's pretty individual.
Jebediah did it all for himself.
I didn't hide anything from the family. Totally open.
I mean, you couldn't give two shits what she said.
Yeah. All right. 3,
Okay.
and then 4,
Give me
Oh.
another one. Yeah.
2. I think we've done.
We did 2
as well.
also. Yeah.
Right. I think we've done all of them except for 3. So. 3.
That's true. Yep. So let's just take 3-3. Yeah. Last one of family. Okay. So this is Succession. A minor health scare reminds the family that the parents won't be around forever. Someone will need to take over the store, and maybe now is the time to talk about it. Does this interfere with your future?
So I think after that stressful dinner with Susan left Dad here with some chest pains in the hospital. So
I definitely have like a minor heart attack.
he's in the hospital now getting some tests done. We don't know how serious it is. In the meantime, no one's been able to get a hold of Jebediah. He left with Susan and isn't picking up the phone. And while Jim's with Dad, I'm gonna, take care of the store and begrudgingly think about my life and how I'm never gonna make it to college and I'm gonna be stuck in the store forever. And this is what my life is like now.
So you're just accepting that. You're not. Is that what you're
No,
just?
not accepting it. I'm just being miserable about it. Maybe I'm muttering under my breath. Maybe when eventually Jebediah comes around and finds me there in a state of misery.
So Jersey will call Karen to his bedside at the hospital. He's like, look, I don't know how much time I have left to live, but you have to run the store, right? I can't leave it to your grandfather or Jim. They will run it to the ground. You're all I have left, Karen. You. So don't sell the store, no matter what.
I mean, I guess, Dad, but if you think about it, I mean, you really want this store to be your legacy? I mean, can't we just, get careers and medical school? I mean,
but think about it. We could franchise. We could be like the Waltons. Could you think about Sip McMahon marts everywhere?
Rolls off
I didn't think about what that was.
if that's really what you want, for me to do with my potential, to run a convenience store that I hate,
Karen,
then yeah, I'll do that for you.
Karen, I know your potential. You've not cracked higher than a B in the last 4 years of high school.
Damn. Wow.
Dude, that's some tough love right there.
I'm saying you can do whatever you want, but I mean, as hard as I am on Jim, we know he's the smart one, right?
Smart. He burned his eyebrow off.
I mean, I didn't say he was street smart.
All right. Well, I guess feel better. I'm gonna go home and watch the store and cry myself to sleep. Love you. Bye.
That's my girl.
Wow. Wow.
I guess so. Here's the thing. So that sounds like family to me, unless
That's family.
Karen, unless there's anything you can think of to do that would still kind of help you accomplish your own goals in that. In that now you've told your father that you have to take over the store.
I think that's just a family dice.
All right,
Going to
straight
watch
up.
the store.
You've just given up on all of your dreams.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
It's just for the family. All
I
right.
mean, you did tell me you didn't think I had any potential, so
I'm just
what do you
saying.
thought with that?
I'm just saying you have more potential in the store.
All right.
Get a couple of business classes in you? Then maybe we got a franchise cooking.
So, at the end of 2 weeks, the family now has 2 dice in the pool. 2. What happened this week? This was a rough week.
A lot of fighting, actually.
A lot of fighting. Grandpa had a girlfriend, yeah.
Yeah, went off to probably for a weekend to Wisconsin Dells while Dad is in the hospital.
Jersey is fine, but it's. Joe, did you have to clock out soon, basically?
Yeah, a little bit, so like I can do another 10-15 minutes, though.
All right, let's do one more week real quick. Let's just run through one more week and see what we do.
Okay. What even is left right now? There's only.
I guess that's true. There's only 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, 3, 3, 4. So family's done. All the 3s are done.
Yeah.
There's 2, 1, and 2. Only 2, 2 has been selected. So 1, 3, 4 there. And 1, 1.
Instead of rolling, maybe just pick them for us.
1,
Yeah,
4.
I think that'd
From
probably
their-
easier.
Okay, sure. All right. So who wants to go next then?
I'll go.
All right, Jebediah. Let's give you. That actually times out really nicely. We're going to give you Workaholics. Some of your friends have started their own business, and they want you to join them. Do you join them? Do you tell your family? What if it doesn't work out?
All right. So Jebediah has learned that Karen is barely passing her classes. He knows that
It's barely.
He knows that Jersey is in the hospital. He knows that Jim is squandering his future playing with rockets. And he knows that it's up to him to once again bring the family back together. So he tells Susan that he can no longer spend so much time with her setting up her dog washing business, especially since there's almost no clients coming to see her. And he decides to go back and take over at the shop and work as much as he can and do what he can to help the family.
See, total break clean. It's not dealing with Susan anymore.
I would say that he tries to leave it amenably, if that's a possibility. But if not, he's gonna make a break.
Okay, so if you want to, we can make that a both with your social skill. So like you could try to amicably break up with her in a way that isn't like offending her.
Okay.
You want to try for that?
Sure, I'll bring her. I'll try to bring her a couple of boxes of ramen on the side before I
Okay.
leave.
A bouquet of ramen.
All right, give me roll your social stat. Roll a d4.
It's a 3.
Okay, a 3. A 3 is good. 3 is good. So, let me make sure what I wrote. A 3 there.
Wait, do I don't add anything to it, do
It's
I?
like a partial success. Yeah. No, it's just the D4.
Okay.
So you can either choose to help. Nobody loses any dice here, but you can either choose a dice for yourself or choose a dice for the family.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to do to help family here.
Okay. Then so you and Susan are fine. Okay. You don't like. It's not great, but you're fine. But you definitely are helping the family out now by being in the store more.
All right. And I tell Susan, I'm like, this is the last time that you're getting free ramen from us. I'm sorry. We can't afford this anymore.
She understands, but she says that you'll regret this when my dog washing business really takes off. You'll regret what you could have had.
I know, and what we had was explosive.
Dynamite,
but-
baby.
Sorry, but it has to end here. It has to end here, Susan.
One last kiss for the road.
Yes. Kiss before I pick up my cane and hobble out.
Just so
You
you have.
definitely picked your pocket.
Just so you'll remember what you're missing.
Karen's like watching all this from the corner.
Growing in the store.
That was very touching, Grandpa. I'm glad to see that you put our future above your special lady friends. I know for some confusing reason she meant a lot to you.
Thank you, Karen. If you follow my example, I hope that you have a very fulfilling love life in your future as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that. All right, who wants the next one?
I'll take it.
All right, Jim. Let's see what we got for you. I can do that. Oh, that one's cool for you. All right, let's do this one. Living single. It's time for the baby birds to leave the nest. Far past time, even. Do you kick out the kids, or are your parents reluctant to let you move out? How will they keep working at the store when they're not living upstairs anymore? So you're feeling like it's time. It's time to go.
Dad, can we talk?
Of course, Jim. What's up?
As you know, I've been working a lot of shifts at the store, and now with Grandpa not stealing ramen anymore, the store's been making more money, and you've been paying us a little bit better, and I've been saving some of my money, and now I'm 18, and I'm almost through my first year of community college, and I'm on my way to being a famed rocket scientist like Wernher von Braun, and I think it's time that I go off on my own. It's time to let the rocket fly, So, I plan on moving out with my friends, and if you need help with the store here and there, I can help. But I'll be busy. I gotta take care of stuff. Actually, it's me and my 4 friends. One's starting to become a carpenter. One works in a factory, and another one's starting to become a nurse. And the other one's unemployed, but he's doing his best. And we're gonna have a house together.
Well,
And we're all gonna work on rockets together, and hopefully we'll make it big.
Some type of alternate universe.
I don't like the idea of you living with 4 men alone, but
Jersey, no.
but
What do you mean? What do you mean by that, Dad?
You just gotta let your son's rocket fly sometimes.
Yeah.
look, I'm not with it like you guys. I come from a place that is much less accepting. But
Wait, Dad, do you think we're gay? We're actually gonna work on rockets, Dad. There's not some homosexual innuendo.
are you sure? Because you're saying things like "let my rocket fly," and you're always in those rooms with closed doors. And I tried to be a cool dad and not barge in. And sometimes the smells in those rooms.
That's rocket fuel. We're cooking rocket fuel and a little ganja, but it's mostly rocket fuel. We're not gay, Dad. What are you talking about?
I learned from the Oprah. I put my hand on his shoulder. I don't care if you're gay or not, son. I still love you.
I'm not gay. If anything, you should be worried about Karen. You ever see Karen bring home a boy ever?
What? Karen bring home a boy? How dare she?
I thought you were not old-fashioned.
Karen's married to the store at this point, so.
Yeah.
The only husband for Karen is the store.
I mean, Karen just buries herself in the work of the store. You should be worried about her. I have goals and dreams, Dad. I can't be. I know the store is your love and dream, but it's just not mine. You gotta let me go.
I understand, but remember, those ganja boys, they will leave you in times of sorrow. You know who's always here? The store.
Gotcha, boy.
And I look at the store with a little tear in my eye, and I walk off before fully crying.
Dad, I appreciate everything you and to a certain extent the store's done for me. If you need me to pick up a shift here or there, that's fine. But I gotta find my own path, and I need to live on my own now.
Okay. And I storm right back into the store.
All right, so Jim, do you think that was a full individual decision, or are you going to try to go for both here? Are you going to, how seriously are you going to take up the idea that you might work at the store sometimes?
I'll say both, because I definitely will help out when I need to.
Okay.
I definitely lean more towards individual, obviously, but...
Yeah. Okay, so give me so what stat do you think that applies to? You think that's your... I'm feeling, unfortunately, shopkeeper is your weakest stat again. Because that does feel like that's how you would be, your ability to keep shop while also living away feels like that would be that stat.
So, yeah, so what do I do?
So roll 1d4 and pray.
Alright, that is a 3.
All right. So roll 3 means that you are successful. So you are able to balance both your living away life now and your shop life. And since you were saying you're leaning towards individual, I assume that you will take that dice yourself instead of putting it in the family pool.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. So, who's left? We got Jersey and we've got Jebediah still to go to finish this off.
No,
right?
I thought Jebediah
No,
was
sorry.
first.
Karen and Jersey. Sorry.
Karen, you go.
As the father, I will tell you what to do. All right. So Karen, let's see what's left. I'll do that one. Why not? Welcome back, Kidder. So your shop isn't a bodega, but a cool cat keeps coming to hang out at the store. You know one of your family members is allergic, but this cat is dope. So what do you do?
Yeah. Karen is your future. You know, it's been tried before. She doesn't have a lot of luck with the men. And she can feel herself. She can imagine herself growing old in the store, which she's never going to leave. Eventually, all of her family members will be dead, but she'll be left. And so she's just accumulating the cats now, because that's where this is going. So she's going to keep the cat. She's going to hide it upstairs. Maybe in a dusty storage space that doesn't see a lot of use, and she'll just try to hope that no one notices.
Okay.
So
I think just because you're choosing to keep the cat and you're choosing to hide it feels like a both. That feels like it is two things. Right. Let's see, which stats do you think that applies to?
I'm gonna say that it's assimilation. This is how I'm blending in.
Yeah.
With,
okay.
I feel like a cat lady trope is part of my. I'm trying to. Yeah.
All right.
So that means I get to roll 3 dice and
Three-
take the highest,
and
right?
take the highest, yes.
Because I have a 3.
Yes.
Okay, so a 3.
Perfect. Okay. So with a 3, that means you can choose to give a die to yourself or to the family.
Okay, I think that the cat really is, if I'm thinking about it from a psychological perspective, my consolation for being stuck in this miserable store forever. So I feel like it's a little more individual.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm just
Keeping this
taking
one's for
one
you. Kidder's for you. Yeah.
Finally, man, something for Karen.
Something for Karen.
Jersey walks into the store and he starts sneezing up a storm. He's like, I guess the pollen's really acting up today.
Yeah, it's just been such a weird weather year, you know?
All right, Jersey, you ready? Last one?
Let's do it.
All right. It's called BTS, Back to Store. The hottest K-pop sensation is in town for one night only, and all the cool kids are going. So can't you just skip one night of working at the shop, or do you let the kids go, even though it means you'll be working twice as long tonight?
This is implying that both kids want to go to BTS, or at least Karen does.
Yeah, definitely does.
I
Yeah,
assume
yeah.
Jim's already at the concert, because...
So is Jebediah.
and
He can't wait. He's been waiting to see BTS for years now.
since they played in home country.
That's right. Back in his day.
Yeah, I think this is a no-brainer. I think that I think Jersey feels quite. He kind of feels bad about basically telling Karen that she's got no job prospects. So, he doesn't really come out and say it. He's like, I'm taking your shift tonight. Get out of here. And he like abruptly tells Karen to leave. And I don't know if she fully understands what he wants, but this is his kindness, or at least he's trying to be, whatever the equivalent of a good dad is.
Man, I'm gonna call Jim up. It's the weirdest thing. Like, Dad kicked me out of the store tonight. Do you think he found out about Mr. Snuggles? Get out of here.
That is weird. You sure he's not having like a stroke or a heart attack and like just losing blood to his brain?
I mean, the doctor said that really it was more anxiety than anything, and that his heart is fine. And he's just like a big wussy pants. But I mean, he's acting so weird. I don't really get it.
I don't know, we should probably keep a closer eye on him though for the future.
Yeah, what are you doing tonight?
I'm working on my rockets as usual, but actually no, I'm at the concert, and you can already hear like.
You can hear a bunch of screaming in the
Yeah,
distance.
you hear, uh-oh. Yeah, you hear in the background.
All right. Well, I mean, I was gonna go check that out, but then I heard Grandpa was going. Then I was thinking, that's kind of lame.
Yeah, no, that second, I see Grandpa with like a 21-year-old a girl. His guy's all around her, and he's offering her a box of ramen.
I mean, the guy's got one move, and
And it's working! And it's working!
It's working well.
Right.
This dry noodle's getting his noodle wet.
Oh, ew.
All right, good night, audience.
Thanks for playing. Would you consider that that sounds to me like a family move, Jersey? You're doing this for the family. Yeah.
I mean, I would, it's straight up for the family. I think that even though I think he also wants to, facilitate some sort of reconciliation with Karen, because he again was kind of a dick to her at the hospital. I think again it's mostly just family.
Okay. So that's one more die for the family pool.
Woo!
All right. So that's the end of 3 weeks. Now we will resolve. So first, everybody count up your individual die in your individual dice pool. So I think by my count, what do we got? Jim has 3.
Yeah.
Karen has 1, I believe. Jebediah has 2, and Jersey has 0. So each of you roll that many d4, and then give me a number.
Rolling 0d4.
9.
Jim's got 9. Okay.
4.
Karen's got 4. Jebediah?
He had 0 because remember
He's the 0.
he
Yeah.
had no dice.
Jebediah?
Well,
Jebediah had 2.
Oh.
Jebediah took individual decision twice. So Jebediah should have 2, and didn't lose any, I don't think. So should have 2
Okay.
independent.
Oh,
Jersey has 0.
because what is he?
Oh, Jersey.
Oh.
I got them mixed up.
So Jack, just
We don't
roll 2d4 for me.
I'm rolling 2d4.
Yes, please.
Mm-hmm.
A 3 and a 4.
All right, 7 for you. Okay, so that's 1. So now we compare that value against your fulfillment requirement. So, well, I think we have to scale down because we only got 3 dice, huh? Because I don't think anybody succeeded in that case. Oh, actually,
Wait.
no, I take it back. Jebediah actually succeeded in that case. All right, so
I beat my fulfillment rating by 1.
you did. So this means that you are satisfied. Like you feel like you have fulfilled as an individual. You feel like that you are free and that you are able to like express yourself. You are a person. You feel good, independent of your family. Everyone else does not feel that way. But I think that I think our numbers are wrong. Is why. But
What was Karen and Jim's fulfillment rating number?
My rating was an 8, and I rolled a 4. So
I had 14.
Yeah.
So I should have took those. I should have just cut my ties to the store.
I think it's funny doing 3 weeks with a 14. It was impossible because I think you'd only get 3d4, right? So your max would have been a 12. So I think that's the thing. We should have rolled only 3. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all good.
Yeah, that's where we messed up this one. Jersey definitely failed because you did not take any individual dice. Okay, so now with the family dice, we have a total. We earned 5 family dice but lost 1. So there are 4 family die. So I'm gonna roll 4d4, and this scale will also be wrong because.
Yeah, because we did less missed a week.
The numbers are not right, but let's see. So if I rolled 44, and it's above this. Okay, so I rolled 44, and we've got a total of 11. So in this family dice pool resolution, with an 11, you are a good family. The store is doing well. Everyone is getting along. It's just like before and before that too, and we can probably do this forever. Something to keep in mind. So I think the thing to discuss here is that which of you are fulfilled individually, but the family is doing okay, and how does that make your character feel? Where do you think this is sustainable?
So I think in Jersey's opinion, just straight up, again, he did everything for the family. The family is what's important, and the fact that the family is doing okay is the closest thing he's going to get to happiness, which is not, personal self-actualization, but it's what he holds dear. So while he is not, he's not actually out there figuring out what he wants, he feels like he's a success. I think that's how Jersey would interpolate that information.
Okay.
Extrapolate that.
I mean, Jim's miserable. I mean, he's like just like someone who like can't quite find the happiness he's looking for because he's in the middle. But I guess he's somewhat happy that the family's doing okay. Dad's happy, so it's like I guess that's good. Karen's happy with her cats in the store. I mean, Grandpa's doing his grandpa thing. Being a creeper.
Yeah.
So you get some fulfillment from it.
Jebediah is extremely satisfied.
More ways than one.
We got to see BTS. He's has a vibrant love life. And, he believes that he single-handedly is like the backbone of this family. Like,
I mean, he quote unquote fixed the EC. He
Fell in love,
He
fell
started
out of
a new
love,
business?
started a new business. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, Karen's not quite as cool as her dad or her grandpa, but things are okay. I mean, she doesn't have very big expectations for her life anymore.
Really.
Oh no.
after fucking Jerry beat it into her.
Oh,
What
no.
a terrible
I just
father.
wanna be a doctor.
hey,
Like,
you're
not
lucky.
going anywhere.
That's some immigrant parenting right there.
No, true immigrant parenting would ground her whenever she got lower than a B.
Until the grades improve. Yeah.
You don't get to go out until the grades improve. Yeah.
No, I
Karen
was.
probably needs a little bit of therapy.
That's probably a
Oh,
good
that's
idea. Yeah.
well. You've learned part of the immigrant experience. All of the children need to go to yeah. So, is there any sort of resolution, Woo? Is that the end of the game?
I think that's it. Yeah, I think just based on how this turned out, everybody, it's fine. Everything's fine, right? Like it's fine. You'll be okay. Summer's over, but next is fall, and that'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay. So, I guess with this is literally something that Woo, with a small contribution with me, created within 48 hours. So obviously it's rough, and there are definitely some things that could be fixed. I guess, do you guys have a basic commentary, good or bad, for this, and then we can work from there?
I had fun. I know that.
That's good.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, definitely.
I think you should scale the family dice pool resolution to make it harder to be a better family.
Okay. Yep.
You know what I mean? Because like I said, we definitely were not a completely individual, selfish group completely. But I don't
Right.
think we would characterize this as a good family. So I think all those numbers should be higher. Like maybe rough patch should be a bigger range.
Okay. Yeah.
I think once again, more than likely you're probably gonna get more families that are rough patches. It'll be fun if they manage to achieve, higher or lower.
Right. Yeah.
Or maybe
Do you have to roll your dice? Should you have to roll your dice on every time it's your turn? Because I was thinking about it. I never used a lot of my skills because we only rolled when we picked one thing when we were
Right.
trying to get individual, not
Right,
when
yeah.
we were just going.
Yeah. The
So it seemed like.
what was that?
Sorry, I think I'm on a little bit of a lag. So we didn't get to use the actual stats that much. Is all.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, the design is that family and individual choices are automatic, but that both is where it's difficult, right? But yeah, I think that makes sense that we didn't always pick both. It didn't always make sense to pick both. Or the wording of the prompts was not necessarily clear enough to choose both, right? Was not really leading towards both. So that is a good note. Yeah.
Yeah, and otherwise, cool. I mean, I think the only thing that would be challenging is the rolling for the scenarios, because you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, are you gonna make more scenarios or?
Almost certainly.
Got
If we expand this at least to 16, right? I think that is
Yeah.
an oversight on my part.
Oh, it's not an oversight. It's just like need a bigger. It's an expansion. And
Right. Well, like in the rules as written right now, it's 4 weeks. So and an expectation of 4 players. There are 4 example characters in there. So 4 weeks at 4 players would be 16 scenarios, and I only wrote 12. So,
Yeah. I mean, in a perfect world, you'd probably do it almost like when we did a quiet year. You'd probably have a deck's worth of
Yes.
of scenarios, and you draw from them.
Yeah.
But that's 52 scenarios, and that's
Yeah.
40
a lot of
more than
work.
I want to.
Yeah.
What was the other game that we played that was like this?
This gave me very Fiasco vibes as we were playing it. It did not give me. I did not think of Fiasco when designing this, but I thought of Fiasco a lot while we were playing this.
I think you really should take
Yeah.
a little bit more from Fiasco, and I think you should, because you made it optional to resolve a situation without talking to anybody.
Yeah.
And I think Joe did once, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Or no, Joe actually ended up. Joe made a decision, but actually, he ended up talking to Karen or something, which
Yeah.
worked out. And I think that was better because he did talk to Karen.
Yes.
So I think maybe it should be a rule like to resolve the situation, you have to involve one of the other family members.
Okay. Yeah. I think that makes sense. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know I did that.
Yeah,
I
think
did that
that's
too.
good.
Yeah.
The cat thing, I just did it on my own.
Yeah.
I think
Which,
like
I mean-
it's a. What if it was something like a family member can help or hurt your decision, right? In some way, so like it may be like a modifier to. Yeah, because like one of the core things about this system, one of the things I like about Caltrip Core, right, is that it's just this D4 system. It's very simple. There's no modifiers,
Yeah.
there's no additions, right? But it doesn't mean we couldn't do that, right? It doesn't mean that we couldn't assist in some way. Maybe it adds like a die, right? Whatever you, or subtracts a die from your skill. That'd be mean if you only have a 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My current thought was maybe just whether with whatever decision you choose, you have to roll the stat that applies. So like for Jersey, it was store. He had a 3 in, or no, he had a 4 in store. So whatever he chooses, he's going to roll 4 dice, and maybe if the other family members don't like it, they can interact with the scene and reduce my dice pool. Like
Interesting.
I'm trying to figure it out, or alternatively, like with Jebediah, who has a 1 in everything, we can do things to help him.
Right. Yeah.
As a family.
As a family.
Yeah.
Well, one of the other things I
I
thought about too, because again, this was written kind of DM-less, right? There's not actually a DM role in the game. But one of the things I was thinking, because like as you guys were doing scenes and I was enjoying them, I was thinking like, well, how do I, as like a runner of the game, like I would want to give you more dice here, right? It's like, oh, I liked that interaction there. That helps the family. The family should get an extra die for that. Or I like what you two are doing here. You have earned an individual dice for doing something like that. Like it's kind of a like I had that feeling as the runner, right? As the game runner here. So.
Or with Meg, I thought it's a very individual. It is technically for the family that something she did, but also she got something in return.
Yes.
Like with having Jim, take over for the store. And I thought, like, that's kind of individualistic. I mean, maybe you could give her like a one of those, but like, I don't know how that works.
Right. Yeah. I think a major theme of the game, right, is individual versus family, and it's not always clear which one's which, right? I think that's tricky.
Yeah. Also, at a certain point, I felt like we were shifting away from Kim's Convenience and moving on to Bob's Burgers,
Which is excellent.
So
Actually, with all the Jerrys, I was like, are we
Yeah. Cherry.
Jebediah was like the golden grandfather, women falling all around.
I mean,
just like
he's
Jerry.
basically the Fonz, but like less competent.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so like it's also pretty funny that all of us chose J names, all the guys.
I should
Yeah.
have changed mine.
It's Karen with a J.
That's a
It's Karen.
mine will McMywu family tradition.
Yeah, all J men names. Yeah.
It's a terrible, terrible family name.
What? Take it back.
I mean, yeah, we'd probably make our store the Sit Mart or something.
Sipmart, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank
Well,
you for playing.
yeah.
Yeah, no, this was
fun. Yeah.
This was fun. Yeah.
No, yeah, I think it's like one of those things. Like in terms of feedback, I digest it a little bit, and like it's one of those things you think about. My, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Digest a little bit.
I think the fact that you might think about it is praise enough for me. Again, 48 hours cranked this out, so pretty happy about
Yeah,
that.
great. I think it worked really good for that, for sure. Like,
Yeah.
definitely, that's an accomplishment. I would like to. It'd be interesting to see someone else run it though, too. Like, because it could be very different. Obviously, you would have, you would write more to explain it, but that'd be
Right.
interesting to see. Also, too, like, there's also a cultural, a sense of like knowing culture a little bit with this game, right? Like,
Yeah.
some people don't have as many friends or don't know people that are, somewhat from like this background.
Yeah, I think as a touchstone point, like I mean that's why it's Kim's Convenience, right? Just because even if you have no, this is a pretty like when I was talking to Lidro about the themes of this game early on, it's just like yeah, this is the standard immigrant story, more or less, right? Every immigrant or child of an immigrant knows this story, right? And knows this this dichotomy, right? Knows this conflict, and it's interesting to see what people without that context would do with it. I think that would be interesting. Yeah.
Well, that's part of the reason why I said it kind of switches to Bob's Burgers because it's a similar story without the immigrant, story to it, which is, I mean, again, very similar, but I mean, there are some choice differences.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and then also it helps that Jack, Meg, and Joe are very willing to role play. Like I don't know.
Yep. This
I don't
is
know
by
how it
far
works.
a role play game. Like if
Yeah,
you're
you
somebody
have to
that
be
just
able to
rolls
role-play.
dice and wants to like fight stuff, this is not that game.
Oh
at
no,
all.
Brandon. Let's be honest. Brandon doesn't have a headache. We all know it. Like, yeah. I mean, I was no doubt in my mind. Trust me. And that's okay. That's okay. Like it's not his cup of tea. Brandon seems more he's like a dice roller, which is fine. 100% fine.
Yeah. I mean, again, that's the point of tabletop games. There should be, there's a niche for everybody. But
Yeah, exactly.
But again, I think I think this went well because we were the right group of people. But I don't know if it would work with everybody.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
It helps
That's
that I
right.
wrote it. Yeah, like I'm taking notes now too on suggestions, things you've mentioned, and even things that I changed definitely from the rules as written. Right, those things are important to note because I massaged the spots that didn't make any sense for sure.
Yeah. Oh, of course, yeah. That's normal. That's all D&D.
It also made a lot more sense once in game, and I'm like, oh. So my
Actually, that's a good
biggest
question.
worry-
Yeah.
My biggest question was, why? Like, I mean, obviously,
I gotta bow.
Bye, Joe.
So I gotta.
No problem.
All right, good night.
Yeah.
See ya.
So my biggest wonder was like, why would people help the family when they could be helping themselves? Like, yeah, obviously, in the real world, yes, of course, but like, mechanically, is there a reason to help the family? And I mean, yeah, there is, but
You gotta get that. You gotta get that perfect family rating. It's gotta be perfect. Yeah.
Family achievement.
Yeah, you get a sticker. There's a in the box. There'll be like a sheet of stickers that you can only peel off once you've gotten that perfect family rating.
Yes.
Yeah, outside of mechanically there being just like a list from you roll a 16 and then you're a perfect family. Otherwise, I don't. One of the things I really do like that happened because of this, because there are two separate meters. Like they're not. Your individual meter and your family meter are not necessarily tied together, other than there's a limited pool of die to pull from. But you might get a perfect family rating, and everybody's individually miserable. Like I like, and that's kind of almost what happened here, right? Where the family's fine, but each of you feels unfulfilled, right? And that's a much more interesting thing than the family's perfect and everybody's great, right? Or the other way around. I like the opposite game that could have happened. Like everybody's individually awesome and the family is crumbled, right? Those I think are interesting that those scenarios can happen with the way that this is metered out.
Yeah, there's some fun scenarios to play through.
I like how the scenarios fed each other in interesting ways. You guys role-played something. Sharon was just a thing that popped up once. And then she came back. She kept coming back, right? Like that's awesome because that's not planned. And if the scenarios had happened in a different order, something different would have happened, right? I think that's kind of neat.
Oh, Susan? Yeah.
Or Susan, sorry. Yeah. She's not important. It's fine.
What?
If Mr. Snuggles had shown up earlier, I probably would have involved. I would probably have involved it much more often.
Mm-hmm.
But like it was at the end, and I'm like, well, yeah, here we are.
You discover the cat at the end of the season. Yeah, like that's the and suffer a real like medical condition. That's the season cliffhanger actually right there. Is anaphylactic shock, right?
You can't tell if
Dad's back in the hospital again.
you can't tell if I had a stroke or if I'm just really mad.
It's happening again.
I think I like that. That's something I was pretty impressed with too. And I don't know how much it's a credit to you all role playing this way, but like it did feel like a sitcom. Like all these scenarios felt incredibly sitcom, which is perfect. Like that's awesome. I didn't know if that would happen.
Yeah, I mean, the one though I did feel a little. I felt a little bad because I kept interjecting, but I mean, as long as it was entertaining, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Like I didn't want to hog time, but also I'm like, this is a time for a dad to be annoyed. So I'm like, all right, I'm coming in.
Yeah, no, it didn't feel out of place to me, at least. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay.
And like I think in the rules, in a revision, like that would be more explicitly encouraged. I think.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Taking from Fiasco again, like maybe making them explicitly scenes, right? Like instead of what was Fiasco? You can either choose to initiate a scene or have a scene initiated for you, right? One way or the other. That's your option when it's your turn.
Yes.
Maybe this is something similar where when it's your turn to draw a challenge, like you, basically that's the prompt for a scene, right? That's it.
We
It's
played
like you
Fiasco. I can't remember what we played exactly though.
There were a couple
the dungeon
of packs.
one.
We chose the Dungeons and Dragons one.
Yeah, we were splitting the loot. Colin played with us that time. Like he was, he wanted to fly. That's what it was. He wanted to fly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That game was so like quirky and funny, but like the end was like so miserable for everybody. And that was like, what is happening?
Like stuck in the sky. He like couldn't come back down.
That's exactly it.
Everyone had a poor ending.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a sentient washing machine, so like.
It went in weird places. That one really took a journey.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was fun, and then the resolution got a little weird. Like, I mean, I don't know how to fix that, but like, I do want to try one of the other settings and see how that goes. But I haven't yet. Maybe we can ever figure out Roll20.
I've still got them all, so I think I bought the whole pack. So should do that some of these days, and steal more ideas from it for next time. I'm gonna shut down the stream now. So thank you for watching and enjoying.
I think it's just you and me.
Yeah. I'll probably put this up just as an attachment to the game itself. So bye.
Bye.
Bye, stream.
Yeah.